Walking the walk means keeping close in my mind and heart the teaching and the reality that every one of us is a child of God, and we all have this deep dignity. So we all have biases, we all have prejudices. We come from backgrounds, I'm from the Deep South, and you inherit biases as you go along. And it's important that we believe in grace and freedom, that you overcome those biases, and you do so by interacting with people.
It's a willingness to know and to embrace other cultures, to learn from them.
At the candlelight prayer service, a student turned to me and said, "Wow, this is awesome. I've never celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day."
When you can have these kinds of frank conversations within the classroom, within your social interactions with students, which means challenging us as administrators to step out of our offices and really get to know our students on another level, and then show them that we are vulnerable too, and that we also wrestle with this concept of diversity and inclusion.
The image of walking the walk is we're all walking together and we're all on a common pilgrimage going to God, however you want to understand that. And so walking the walk means that, and in the walk, it means the opportunity to engage and to meet people, and especially in what the Pope calls the culture of encounter, in which simply defined is you have something good to give to me, and I have something good to give to you.
There are some universal truths and certain moral threads that run through all cultures, and I think if we focus a lot more on that, we'll see a lot less of the division.
Walking the walk to me means not simply being against unjust policies, but actively fighting against them. And not simply being upset at the current state of things, but actively trying to change them. And not simply preaching love, but living it. And to me, that means educating myself on the issues.
It allows us to really learn so much from each other, the different perspectives that we all have, and when we can really have a conversation and share those perspectives, we can learn and grow and be stronger and better than we could be by ourselves.
As a member of the white majority on this campus, as a married woman, I have certain power and authority, and do I choose to appropriate that and lend it then when someone is voiceless or marginalized? Do I lend that to their service?
A lot of people deal with some tough situations on this campus, regardless of their race, their color, religion, sexual orientation, and they just want someone that's going to listen to them and respect where they're coming from. And so I try very hard to do that, not only in my professional work, but just in interactions across campus with people.
I'm not sure that anyone can tackle all these problems. There's so much diversity, and instead of looking at what really separates and draws lines, we should be looking at the richness of all these different cultures and these different ideas and these different walks of life.
You can't stand by when injustice is occurring, even if that is on the smallest level of microaggressions that people make towards each other. You have to stand up and say what you believe and what you think is right.
I think that means being brave to call out when you see injustice and being vocal about it. I don't think it's enough to just sort of say, okay, well, within my life, look, I'm trying really hard to be inclusive, I'm trying to embrace difference. I think you also need to look beyond yourself and call out others when they are making disparaging comments on the basis of gender, race, religious affiliation, whatever dimension you want to consider that divides us, and show no tolerance for it.
Start right here in South Bend, start in your dorm room, start in Knott Hall, start in your section, and then do what you can, use what you have, and never look back.
The wrong choice is to be silent, and the wrong choice is to stop listening.
You have to want to do this, and you have to want to love people. To go up to someone and say, "Hi, how's your day? If you have a bad day, what can I do to help?" And I try to keep a smile on my face. I try to stay uplifted, to lift somebody else, so my voice can be heard.
We're not perfect, but Walk the Walk reminds us that we can act, that we as a community all have a responsibility, that we as individuals have a responsibility to care about our students and to push forward.
I try to walk that walk so someone else can walk that walk with me.